I want to share a little bit of my story with you so you understand why I do what I do. And I think a lot of it will probably have some similarities to your story. I bet you can relate to, at some point between age 10 and 20, being an athlete was the most important thing in your life. At age 18, I achieved one of my longest term goals, which was getting a Division I soccer scholarship. Once I got there, I found the transition from high school and club soccer to the Division I college level to be a lot more challenging than I had anticipated. So I started dealing with a lot of imposter syndrome, feeling like maybe I wasn't good enough to be there. And the low point came when the very defeated thought popped into my head, man, the guys who are injured are lucky because they get to miss practice. The very next session, with nobody within 2 yards of me, I took an awkward step after striking the ball and tore the arch of my left foot, and I'd be forced to miss the remainder of the season. Even though that was very difficult to go through, it provided a very stark reminder of the power the mind has on the body, and it led me to resolve that I never wanted to feel that low and that defeated ever again. Fast forward a year later, deep into a battle for a starting spot, I suffered what turned out to be the worst injury of my career. So I went up for a header, challenging somebody who I probably had no right to challenge in the air, and when we collided, my torso twisted and I landed hard on the ground with my spine in that crunched position. The impact put two neat little cracks on either side of my L5 vertebrae, and it would be about 6 to 9 months for full recovery to match fitness. So I knew that this meant my career at this particular school was over. The huge silver lining was the recovery process taught me so much about training, rehabilitation, mobility, the importance of working out a certain way. The truth is, we don't have to accept pain and limitations and physical decline as we get older. The human body is an amazingly adaptable machine. So despite scans showing that 12 years later, one side of my back never fully healed, now I can do all of this completely pain-free. So in addition to over 20 years as a high-level soccer player, including a couple years as a Division I bench warmer, I also am certified by the National Strength and Conditioning Association. That's a certification required to work with professional sports teams, Division I college athletes, and athletes of a similar caliber. I'm also certified by the Athletic Truth Group. This is the group of coaches who are pioneering the science of tendon training, ligament training, and other major breakthroughs in terms of providing more durable, more athletic individuals. What's becoming clear is the more traditional ways of training, particularly for athletes or people who were very athletic when they were younger, actually does a lot more harm than good. And in the past few years, the science has grown and evolved so much that now we can undo a lot of that damage and really reteach your body ways to operate that actually make you feel better after training, that actually increase your performance rather than making you feel worn down after a workout. I'm lucky enough to be part of a group of curious, knowledgeable people who are determined and dedicated to figuring out how the human body truly works. My hope is that people can age happily and healthily, and that they don't have to give up doing the things that they want to do. I want to be able to run around and play as hard as I can in a soccer game when I'm 60 or 70. Challenging the body in an appropriate way relative to your current capabilities, gradually edging to the outside of your comfort zone and expanding that comfort zone can have massive benefits. And I've seen that already. How many people say, oh, when you're 30, you couldn't do the things you can do when you're 20? I'm living proof that that's not true. So I want to see what happens when I'm 40, when I'm 50. I want to see what happens when you're 40 and you're 50, what you can do that you thought you'd never be able to do. So if that looks like what you want, please fill out this application form to see if we'd be a good fit to work together. I promise that even if we're not, I'll do my best to point you in the right direction of somebody who could. So fill out that form or message me on Instagram or send me an email, see if we're a good fit to work together, and I can't wait to see what you're capable of. I can't wait for you to find out what you're capable of.